Hello, this is Gerald Van. Every word is a kind of selective procedure. The selective procedure starts from our choices that we make in what we see, and we try to determine what is there. And by doing that, we also are confronted with elements that are not so clear, that we have to redirect a little bit, and in the end we have to be a bit selective in what we have, and that's the way how we go towards the world, how we have to go to the world, and the description of the elements and of the elements that we deal with, the words that we deal with, they are also about that selective procedure. And it is determined by certain rules. These rules are the 1, 2, 3 rule. So in a way, you have the moment where you say, yes, I have it here and now, and I know what it is, and I have a starting point. Another point says, oh, I don't have it not now, so that's the no point. We're very used to think, and we almost too used to think in the yeses and nos. Especially after the corona time, people are thinking even more in yeses and nos, and they keep on doing that. While the selective procedure of consciousness, of being aware of things, is actually that uncertainty principle, which is also there. This choice that you need to make, this choice that there is an uncertainty, and this choice leaves an openness and leaves you this path towards where it should be. So here's the yes and no, and if it's not yes and if it's not no, we leave it open and go towards the next choice, and there you will have it until you have the full word. That's also the way how letters are selected and how they find out its way. The certainties first are into the physical realm, and they are good for 9 letters. The no selections or the not now are the basis for the going to select something after a while in a certain time. The last one, I often puzzled with that, and because that's the selective procedure itself, how it works, how it is using a frame, looking for a frame, actually looking for a formula, actually looking for the selection procedure that is determining where you have it in the now, where you have it at the place, where you have it in a time and space context. So it chooses this selection. And actually, the thing that I forgot a lot is that I know what it is about, but actually when you finalize your selections, so the yeses and nos, you like you have a couple of no's here, openness. If you fill it in until it is all closing into one procedure, you have it. You have the word, you have the description, you know where the now is and where the place is. That's where the last 9 positions or 7 letters comes in, and there you can have that procedure finalized. So I should be a bit better with that, with just that small idea of just finalize that idea. The 1, 2, 3 selection is also quite handy, because when you have just one selection, you have the yes, you also have the position. When you have a no selection, you have 2 positions, the yes and the no. So that is also always selected into 2 parts. And let's find out how it selects itself automatically is in the 1, 2, 3 option into the 3 positions. And so I will have to use them all the time to be, to have a solution more easy. And that makes it actually then quite easy to finalize it. With IMKER, I think that's a good idea, because it starts with a letter from the last category, the selection procedure, and it also ends with the selection procedure. So it will be about a selection procedure. IMKER, we know, is about a selection procedure. So let's finalize, let's do that selection procedure with the letters and show what kind of selection procedure is done here. We have as a first letter the letter M. I will keep the scheme at the right here so that you can figure out yourself also where the letters are and what positions they are and what they mean. So the E is about a selection procedure. It is about finalizing our selection procedure. When does it appear in the system, into the yin and yang balance of things? When we really have that idea from this whole system is not working so well anymore. There is an element which is not going well. The interpretations are not going well. So you have 2 points in my system, which is the negative and the positive, or the he sound, where you exaggerate what is going well, and the h sound, where you exaggerate what is not going well in the logic that you start yourself. We have to go back to what works. The E goes back to what works. It's the selective procedure of consciousness itself. It selects and says, okay, no, we have to find a new balance, a new application, a new idea with the reality that we have. The reality that is, last 2 letters, is. When you start from E, it is that positive procedure. We're going to select something again, which will work this time. And that's the 1, 2, 3 option, the selection. We will go for the selection, the E. There's always these 3 regions also. You have the basic region of the space, the double region of the no thing, so that not now, so maybe another time. So that's the timing procedure. And you have the top procedure of the selection itself. It's going to be selected. It's going to be selected in the heavens as well. These rhythms are in the heavens. If you really count all the positions that you have there, strangely enough, they quite well fit to the rhythm of the moon and the sun. You have 26 letters, of which 2 extra letters are more like basic sounds, like the positive, which I translate into positive and negative for a reason. You have because there's a push forward and a push backward. That's the feedback process where we go our way and we have a feedback as well. We have 2 extra positions. These 2 extra positions in the middle also create a procedure that goes inward or goes outward. So in total we have not 26 letters, 28 position, 28 positions, and then with the to and fro and with all the positions together, you can even come to a maximum of 31 positions, according to what you say, what is in balance or out of balance, or positions, or what is useful. There are only a few, let's say we only have at this point 26 useful letters. But this balance is quite I wonder if the balance between the sun and the moon and all these rhythms that we have and how we sense it is the same kind of balance of choosing options also, and that it is, if it is a coincidence or not that it works for us in that way. Is that because we live here? Is because that is the kind of rhythms we are used to? Or is it just the 1, 2, 3 rule which makes life possible, that we have this selection procedure, this selection procedure which we can continue to act upon? Okay, I'm already in a different subject, but we are into the 1, 2, 3. And I was a bit distracted, so I have to go back to the word. The word was also about a selection procedure, our selection procedure. Our selection procedure has the preference of that we go to the certainties. We try to go to the certain, so we know we have to do something else. This is our reality. We're going to do something else with it. We found something to do, something extra to do with it within E. Where will we do that? We will use our feedback that we learned, our focus of our feedback of in E, and we do that procedure upon the material that we know. The material are the first 9 letters, and we have a letter from one of these first 9 positions, and we have the letter M. M is at the borders, at the results. It's the extended material at the borders. So we're going to see we have something extra here. We might be able to select something from it that we can use from that materialization process that we have there. So that's our focus from E to M. What are we going to do with it? We're going to K, select something from it. The K is in the 3rd position. It's in that position at the border, so it's going to select because we're not sure anymore. We have to select. We have to keep the selection running. That's an automated process, but it's going to be selected. We have to go and figure out what we do not know. To know, we also write with a K, is that not knowing. It's going automatically. We don't have to pronounce it. We don't have to do an action and break it ourselves. No, we know only by figuring it out. We're going to select it, what we're going to take out. If you read it in the system, we start from the limits. We are at the limits of our understanding. We are at the limits of our selection. So we have to figure it out. It's that 3rd selection procedure that goes automatically, like in the question, it goes automatically. We go ask a question, and then that's the procedure. If you have a good question, we also have the answer. That's so that you can derive it also to the idea of not to be what you so not just the things that you can think they can be in the philosophy, if you remember, but also if you can also make another statement from it, from that if you ask the right question you also have the answer. So something can be because you also let it be by asking the right question. I should make a good sentence from it. At this moment I don't have a good idea. So what's the next point? The next thing that you need to do, you need to have the selection in that extended material. So let's do that. So let's select now what we can take out. You can see it already from the middle. You see that it's not ready yet. Can see it's not ready yet, but we want to select something from it. That's our question. That's where we are in our procedure of selection. That's where we are. So obviously we don't have it yet. In the K is also uncertain. We don't have it, but we will go to the selection, and the selection will happen. It's also that automated process. So what will happen? It's not now, so it is of course at some other point, at a point in time. That's our solution. The extra dimension of time is always our solution. We will wait for the right moment. We will find the right moment where these conditions are met, and when we can have that selection where it can be taken out. That's the letter E. And what is a letter R? The material selection in the conditions. So what will I have to do now is I will have to figure out the conditions. What are the conditions? What kind of conditions comes forward? And I'll have them into the 1, 2, 3 positions, and I will find out that at a certain point indeed I can make my selection. So actually when I put them all together with the left and the right for the time procedure, it is in 2 positions. In the selective procedure, it is in 3 positions. Then you actually already have a good description of that selection procedure, because then I'm balancing all the procedures out. So when I have it balanced out to the left, okay, let's put it at the right as well. So until I have the full picture, I have the full story. So I see here now the full story. It's balancing out, it's finalizing all the procedures, all the formulas that I have here in 1, 2, or in 1, 2, 3 time procedures, of course, in 2 parts. So here it's not here now, so but I can still see it from one position, from all the things that are one, and I will go for the selection. So what do I have here? The I, from I to R, so from the beginning to the end, I will clearly have this from the beginning. You only have that procedure of selection. That's the number 1 in E. It is my goal to select. What will I select? I will, or I already immediately see the R, so I will select material. That's my desire. So it's nothing is there yet. I don't have the material. Stage 2. I go to where I want to select my material. There it is at the borders in M, but it's not ready yet. So I want to select it out in 1. So the material is prepared and I want to be ready. From K to M, I want to break it free, but it's not there yet. So not now. I will go to the now, to the green arrow. Yeah, there it is. And then I will finally go to the 3rd moment, the moment where the selection procedure in E is ready. I will become ready in E, in the timing, and I can, in the 3rd phase, when I finalized my formula, I can collect my material, I can conclude my process of selection and can take it out. When can I take it out? When it's ready, when the material is ready. It's actually not much more than that. It is that idea. The IMKER will take out the material when it's ready, and that is his attention. And actually, that's the basis of his attention. That's all. The only thing he needs to give attention to be an IMKER. And of course, when we would use this formula and put the material, the growth of the material to it as well, you can almost sense it like at a certain moment I will be able to take that material out. I can even use the pattern of the 1, 2, 3 in M as the hive as well. If I really have a bit of an illustration what I will do, I can design it like that as an artistic addition of what I will do there as an IMKER, and you can make designs based upon this idea if you like. Anyhow, it should be clear so what the procedure is that is followed in the word IMKER, what the mindset is, what is followed in IMKER, what the timed procedures are, what you have and don't have, and when it will be clear, what is your intention. All these things are just in a few letters and in the combination of letters. Every letter combination in a word describes exactly the word, what it should describe. And this is another example of that. Thank you again for listening, for watching. See you next time. Bye.